Good to see everybody. Welcome. Let's all just begin with a deep breath. A deep breath in, and then exhale with a sigh, letting go whatever's up to be left. And again, breathing in this new day, all the light, all the wonder, letting it circulate in the body, and exhale. As I feel our circle gathering, our hearts happy to see each other again in this beautiful company in which we find ourselves, our travelers along the path. Welcome. And I'd like to begin by honoring you. I bow to the God who lives within you as you, from everlasting to everlasting. Thou art God. In our invocations, we acknowledge the presence of the masters, the grace of the Guru, and the guidance and blessings of Mahavatar Babaji toward the one, the perfection of love, harmony, and beauty, the only being united with all the illuminated souls who form the embodiment of the messenger, the spirit of guidance. Mm. Oh, so beautiful. And today I'm going to do arati of with this ancient, maybe even ageless tradition, this ceremony. We wave the lights and we ask that the light within our own heart be kindled. May this light shine forth. May we live in this light, be in this light. May it engulf us. May we be ablaze with this light that lives forever in our hearts. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya, Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya, Shiva. Sadguruna Maharaj Ki Jaya. Welcome, everybody. So today, the topic of our talk is discovering the opening door to love. And before we, so with that in mind, and opening up to whatever else is, I'm opening up to the fact that my battery on my computer is tired. There we go. There. Oh, thank you. Everything wants a charge, I guess, in this in this satsang. I would like to go around and ask everybody their intention for today, for the attunement, for what they'd like to receive or receive help with in our satsang today. What's alive for them? It's pretty open to whatever you'd like to share. Anybody want to start? I'll start. You know, give you guys another minute or two to think about your intentions.
Yeah.
My intention is that that I find this opening door to love and that I cross it with gusto and totally throw myself and immerse myself in the flames that I find there, that I don't hold back, that I am totally in. That's my intention. Anybody else have anything they want to share?
Am I on mute? Okay, I can start. I can't, don't have my glasses. I can't see if I'm on mute or not. I am
No,
not.
you're good.
Okay, good. My intention today is presence and deep presence. And because that's where everything is. And that's where love is. That's where that's the umbrella under which all my intentions rest. So my intention today is deep presence with spirit.
Thank you, India. Asina, do you have anything you'd like to share? Or?
Yes, yeah, actually I piggyback on both of you. Presence was the thing, like being completely here and opening to that portal, and dwelling in that presence and the openness to love. So and the intention of living in that. So thank you.
Thank you. Marina, Deb, you got anything you want to share?
My intention is to be present, and also to continue practicing patience and inner calmness.
Okay. Mary, welcome. I'm asking for people's intentions for what they'd like to receive today. Is there anything you'd like to share? Yeah. Nice to see you here.
Nice to see you all. Thank you. Divine connection to all, to the divine in all.
Beautiful. Thank you. Ishwari, would you like to share an intention for today? Do you have anything you'd like to share? You need to unmute your computer.
My intention is to be fully present in each moment and to feel the love and connection with everyone, and to just really, really appreciate and experience that.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Mirabai, any intention from you today? Gary, you can mute yourself again if you would. Thank you. Mirabai, welcome. It's good to see you.
Good morning. Well, what came in for me this morning before we came on the call was gratitude. Gratitude for what people might call the mundane. I tend to be grateful for the big things, and I want to open up more to be grateful in every now moment. Thank you.
Thank you. Beautiful. Okay. So now we're going to be moving into an attunement. So I invite you to just get yourselves comfortable and close your eyes, and we'll move through this guided visualization. As we breathe in through the nose and hold it to the count of 7. And then exhale through the mouth. Releasing, relaxing, and letting go. And again, breathe in through the nose. Hold it to the count of 7. And exhale through the mouth. Releasing, relaxing, and letting go. Letting the shoulders relax. the spine relax, feeling the torso becoming softer, relaxing the hips and pelvis, thighs, knees, lower legs and feet, relaxing in this beautiful golden light that surrounds us. As we let go of our old grounding cord and project a brand new one down to the welcoming heart of Gaia, as the healing channels within our bodies begin to dilate and receive the debris we no longer need, the energetic bits of this and that flow down through the healing channels, down through the grounding cord, to be cared for by Gaia, return to us, or purified, released, whatever her mysterious wisdom guides her to do. So we just relax and release, allowing more and more material to flow down the grounding cord, to be cared for as we care for us. Feeling the golden light that surrounds us, welcoming a white light from source, feeling it around us, outside of the golden orb in which we find ourselves, feeling the goldenness closer to us, the light of peace, the light of the Christed ones, feeling the wisdom of this field of light, strengthening us. Feel the dignity and integrity of this luminous presence. And breathe. As your awareness becomes more sensitized to this field of integrity, of loving presence, feeling the eternal nature of it, the softness, the velvet nature of it, plush and yet firm, as the diamond white light that exists outside of it continues to hold space for this experience of a particular presence that's here for us today. Feeling it resting itself against our hearts, the embrace of this presence, tender and kind, peaceful, so peaceful. And breathe. As the spine becomes more erect, presence at the back of the neck, allowing us to become taller, as if we're stretching into our own cosmic self, And breathe. As our own hearts begin to glow with this golden light, as if the golden light that had been holding us and comforting us, as if we've kind of imbued its presence, charitable, peaceful, dignified, and totally humble. As we open and breathe, feeling the golden light filling our palms, as if we are sitting in a great hall, golden, as if teaching, wisdom is floating down upon our heads like blessings, feeling the wisdom beginning to fill your own head. Wisdom and equilibrium, calming the mind, softening the body. Wisdom filling the heart. Peace, love, and breathe. You just allow yourself to receive all there is for you to receive here. Communing what is being given to you. And we'll take a few moments to meditate with this. slowly begin to bring yourselves back. Today, may you receive all you've come to receive. May you release all you've come to release. For your highest and best good, may God's will be done. Open your eyes and take a deep breath. Welcome back. How was that for everybody? Anybody have anything they want to share?
Yeah, I had an experience with the word integrity, and it just touched me so deeply. And I think that's what I crave so much, is integrity. And it occurred to me as I was meditating, I just got that, that's one of the things that I came to experience in this lifetime. And my father taught me that. He was, we might have disagreed a lot about a lot of things, but I always knew where he stood. And he never lied to me. He never, ever lied to me. And he taught me integrity. And I miss it sometimes. Sometimes I learned to expect it. And it wasn't, long before I learned that was not to be expected in a lot of situations. And so it touched me. And when you said, feel it and come against your heart, it was just so beautiful to feel that and to know that it is there, whatever that means to other people. And to me, it has a meaning, and it just touched me so deeply. Thank you. So I just got a lot of information from that.
Thank you for sharing that, Indira. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Anybody else have anything they want to share? Yes?
Something came up for me. I'm not sure at what point it emerged from what you were saying. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful journey. But what came up for me was a memory of something that I heard about the experience of having been loved in having the unconditional love experience of being deeply loved in the mystical, like breaking open that capacity to love. I might not be being very clear, but that is very meaningful to me, that just that elemental experience of the unconditional love of God in the deepest part of the self, and the communion and oneness with the beloved. And it struck me, one of in my Sufi work is, I've just been recently working with a couple of Sufi words. One is Wahab, which means love, or the loved, and Wahabo, which is the bestower of love. And the communion between those two energies, the ever flowing, always present interrelationship, and how both deeply nourishing and radiant, because we live that. Yeah. So thank you so much. It was very beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Ani. Wow. Ishwari, would you like to share something?
Yes. Thank you so much, Radha. That brought tears to my eyes, and all that golden light was filling me up and brought me so much comfort and such a feeling of love. And it just took me back to a time when Samyama hugged me, and I felt just this most extreme, just unconditional love. I felt so loved, so completely cared for, and I'd never felt that kind of quality of just pure love. And it was just a wonderful meditation. Thank you. I'm really feeling that now.
Wow. Thank you.
Mhm.
Mary, is there anything you want to share? You're going to need to unmute yourself if there is. No? Okay. It's nice that you're here. I wanted to welcome you again. Thank you. Aruna Dev, anything you want to share? No.
Yeah, integrity is something that I always strive for. And to me, part of that means being true to myself. The trip that I had to Northern Virginia, that came to mind when you mentioned integrity too, because of the people I met with there were people of integrity, and had always been. And I had dinner one night with one of the guys that had worked for me for a number of years, and that was one of his, or is one of his greatest qualities too, integrity. We disagree on a number of things, but integrity in what we do, and integrity in what we say, integrity in what we feel, toward ourselves and toward others is super important, and that's something we need a lot more of in this world. And I think maybe the more that we show and the more that we exude, maybe the more difference it'll make.
Thank you. There's a particular piece, and the quality of the energy today is just so remarkable. And I feel it everywhere, and I hope you do too. Do you feel this? It's like a glow and a peace, I think, is probably the greatest word. Peace that has that integrity that has touched each of us so deeply. That sense of, and the all pervasiveness. Mirabai, was there anything you'd like to share?
Yes, thank you. I have to say that partly because of my computer sound and partly because of my own sound, I had some difficulty understanding the words. So what I chose to do was to feel the vibration of what you were saying, or actually the vibration of the sound. And this has been really coming up for me just recently about harmony and vibration and the music of the spheres. And it was a lesson to myself to not get frustrated with not understanding the human words of everything, but to allow that beautiful sound of your soul come through and wash over me. So that was really, really beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. There's been I've shared some of this with some of you. A client just sent me a video of birds in murmuration. And this, I get chills talking about it. And what it is, what murmuration is starlings. The greatest example of this is flocks, thousands and thousands of starlings moving in these incredible patterns, not just like a big swoop, but like coming into, you can see them and then they disappear because of the way their wings are patterned or whatever. It's unbelievable. And I have been so excited by this. I can't stop talking about it because for me, it's a metaphor for consciousness and this being in a field of harmonic resonance that we all move together in a flow of consciousness. And that's kind of what I feel today. You know, so, and it's what I've been praying for because I feel that in the macro, that's what we're all moving into, that this time of great change that we've talked about for so long, that it's something like this. And so as we come together in this golden light that arose today for everybody, this sense of being part of something greater, this idea of integrity that's been spoken about so beautifully by you guys, and the presence. I think that resonated with me this morning when you were speaking about that's the energy that's coming in, this presence that guides us. And there's movement, this movement of our soul, of our spiritual essence, that we become something greater as we come together and we open through our resonance, through our sensitivity into this field. I'm just like blown away. So one of the things that the topic today was supposed to be discovering the opening door to love. And I feel that I was guided to not really prepare very much because it wasn't up to me. So, and that this is what's occurring. Like I feel that we walk through a door of love, you know, that we had this experience of this pervasive energetic field in which we're all moving together. And that this is what love is. That we have, that the love of the Creator, the spiritual field of infinite love, integrity, truth, trust, justice, all of those things, that it's in the presence of this that, just speaking for myself, I'm so overwhelmed by this experience. It breaks me open in a way to love that I may have had more challenges with in the physical form. That, you know, romantic love or familial love or all of those kinds of loves that we get to experience in the physical form are just such a fraction of what, or a microcosm of what the divine is available for, lives within us and through us and around us all the time. It's that experience that, and our recognition that that's the light that lives within us too. I feel that this is the place where this dance arises of the infinite, of the divine, that we can find ourselves as we truly are. Not so much with our issues and all of those things. Those things are colorful experiences we get to have here. But this merging into this greater field of something so profound, so loving, accepting. I've been reading Hafiz, by translated by David Ladinsky. I recommend this so highly to everybody. And this has been dancing with me. know the true nature of your beloved. In his loving eyes, your every thought, word, and movement is always, always beautiful. Just that. To be in the, to have that experience, to think that, as Hasina Vimala was talking a few minutes ago about the love from the beloved, that someone would love us so, so deeply that everything we do, every word and movement is always beautiful. Words like this break me open because I'm so out of my linear, what about this? Think about that, all those kinds of noise. It takes me to a different place. It opens me up to, this is a possibility. What would it be like? What would it be like to know that the true nature of our beloved, of God, Goddess, is the loving eyes, that in those loving eyes, our every thought, word, and movement is always, always beautiful. Ah, it astounds me. It astounds me. So to be in a field, in that golden field that they gave to us, that came close to us, that imbued us, that we can have that experience and let it have its way with us. That it dances with us. That if every movement, word is beautiful, I can lift myself out of the fear that I'll make a mistake. The fear of whatever. Fear has no place in this field. Who knew? Who knew? So this opening door to love, this, one of the things I was thinking about is, where am I available? Where am I available to love, really? Where is that soft spot, that tenderness, that something? Because that's where God gets to creep in without me having something to say about it. I haven't done my hair yet. Come see me another day, God, when I'm a little more prepared for the amazement. All these silly human things. The opening door is wherever you find the handle. I found it today with you guys. What would you like to say about any of this?
I was really, you and I spoke last night, and you mentioned the murmuration, and then I spoke to Mirabai afterwards and mentioned it to her, and I've really been struck by that too. And as we, what occurs to me is everything is beautiful and everything responds to what we do. There's a field that we live in. Everything we do creates a response that is beautiful in other people. So I believe that the intention of beauty and love is even more beautiful than our unconscious thoughts. But even our unconscious thoughts are beautiful, and spirit and creation, creator and creation respond to all of that in an unconscious and beautiful way. When I say unconscious, I don't mean it in the same way that I mean being conscious. I mean unconscious in automatic. in an automatic way. There's just something about polarity that causes murmuration and especially when we surrender to it. And that's just really captured my imagination. I want to thank you for that. It's funny because when you said, do you know what it means? I remember having looked that up recently, but I'd already forgotten what it meant. So it was just really, this time I won't forget. It really, really touched me and really got in there, to just the metaphor of it is just so beautiful. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. Thank you, Indira.
Mm.
Anybody else have anything they'd like to share? Mary, you look like you have something to share.
That was astute. That was lovely. I was kind of thinking of the weaving of all of this, and God, the murmurations is just like one of the biggest gifts. It's like that moment when you throw a ball up in the air before it comes back down again. It's like being in that space for an elongated period of time. And I can't wait to go and look up those videos. Last night I was at a jazz concert. And I just said, okay, I'll go. Spontaneous last minute. It was the most what's the word? I can't remember, but it was like being in the murmurations. It was divine. And as we're talking here, I'm thinking how these experiences just happen in every minute. It could be just reaching for that cup of coffee and the smell and the sensation that it creates, or each of you have mentioned something that it evoked, or in the meditation that was evoked, and it's so powerful, and it is so connecting, and it is so opening. And even if it's like the rabbit trail we go into when we're Googling something, and what comes up from that, it can be incredible. And then the kind of flip side of that is, the layering of like, oh, the world and the this and the that and the other, everything on top of it. But just remembering to open to the other, or just like the gifts everywhere, like glancing out the window that there's one green tree in a sea of bleak. This wait. I don't know. I just feel like it's everywhere, and it's threaded through every breath, and it's nice to be made aware of it again in this moment with you.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
That was so beautifully said. Oh, wow, that was beautiful, Mare. Mm.
And I'll say that, oh, I'm sorry.
Ishwari, would you like to speak? Thanks, Mirabai. Ishwari? Did you want to say something? You'll have to unmute yourself. There you go.
Yes, it's just so wonderful sitting in this golden, it's like a golden bubble of love that I'm in, and it just feels so freeing to me when none of the things that bog me down can get to me when I'm in this bubble. It's like I just want to be here all the time. And sometimes I think, oh, I've got so many issues, like how am I ever gonna progress, and then I when I'm with this company, I start to feel like there's, like I can connect, like I'm not just in my own little dark hole. And so I'm just so glad to be here. I'm not as eloquent and articulate as other people are, but I just want to express how much this love is the great transformer, like Samyama says. And I'm just working on focusing my thoughts, so whenever I feel myself slipping into fear, I take a deep breath and fill myself up with that love, which is like you say, it's just waiting for me to hang on to that handle and, you know, pull that door open and let it in. It's always there, you know, wanting to be with me. So,
Thank you very much. Thank you. Mirabai?
Well, right now I'm just basking in the love of Ishwari's huge heart. Thank you, Ishwari.
Mm-hmm. Aruna, do you have anything you want to say, or are you complete?
I think I'm complete.
Asina, did you want to say something? I'm sorry, I wasn't sure if you were saying you wanted to speak.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things that I just wanted to comment on. One is that I liked your what you said about, I can't remember the words exactly, but like opening the door to love wherever it is, that, you know, that just that open, like wherever it's happening. So because the way I relate to that is sometimes opening the door is ecstatic, and sometimes opening the door is going into the inner castle. So and you know, going through all of that. So you know, and that just like there's so much. So you know, it's light and sometimes it's dark, but it's all light. And so wherever I enter is the place I'm being called to enter, and it's all light, even though it might be challenging, whatever. But the other thing I was thinking about was the murmuration. I just love that, how much we, as I like, I'm just kind of saying what you're saying. It's like we are all moving in that consciousness in whatever way that we're doing it, with whatever our you know, particular things are. Like the people in Turkey, you know, well, they're still moving toward the light, you know, and they're the hard things, the losses and tragedies, we're still all moving in consciousness, being freed and elevated and evolved every step of the way. And I, you know, I'm experiencing this more as us being that oneness, my own, getting over my own stuff about separation, moving in that oneness together, even though it can look completely different. So I wanted to say that, and this was just wonderful. I just want to say I really appreciate everybody's sharing, and you know, I'd love to hear sometime more about the integrity piece that people are experiencing. I, you know, in discussion whenever. But I love it. Thank you so much. I love you guys.
Love you too. Thank you. You know, I'd like to end today doing a chant. And if we were if we were in physical form together instead of virtually like this, we would be we're gonna chant, and instead of doing call and response, we're gonna do it all together, because we're kind of all together anyway. We're going to it's the Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya, Shiva. It's a for those of you who are new to it, it's pretty easy to catch on to. So I invite you to, I wish we could join our voices, but that's a disaster on Zoom. So we'll be able to see each other chanting and continue this joy in our hearts. And I'm visual, and for some reason this is coming to me, that this golden light that we've been sharing for the last hour, it's almost a way, it's our offering to the universe that that this is for them too, for everyone, everywhere. may we murmurate together in this chant of Om Namah Shivaya. Okay, here we go. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya, Shiva. 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya, Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya, Shiva. Sadhgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Oh, you guys are amazing. I am so, so grateful for today, for each and every one of you, for your beautiful hearts, for the light that's just like streaming from my computer. I can't believe it. You're just amazing. Just amazing. I see you. I see you. And the God who lives within you as you. God bless you. I am so honored to be in your presence. Thank you. God loves you, and so do I. Until we meet again. Oh, let's everybody unmute and let's have a goodbye. I love you. Goodbye.
Love you.
Love
Love
you
you.
all.
Bye, I love
You're the
you.
best.
Bye-bye.